What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. Um, at this point, Alexis needs to get her law license back. I'm just saying, because I don't think this partnership between her and Nina is going to work. It's not going to work out. They got two totally different visions for the invader. I mean, my thing is, after thinking about it, because I was a little hesitant about Nina wanting to do this gossip stuff and whatnot. I was a little hesitant at first, but Nina and Gregory both brought up a valid point when it comes to gossip. Gossip sells. Like, let's be honest. You could still have real journalism. I agree with Gregory on that. I feel like real journalism is like dinner. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the dinner. That's the steak, that's the filet mignon, that's the asparagus. But then you gotta have the gossip, which is the dessert. That's like the apple pie with the little vanilla ice cream on top. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. We love real journalism. Well, I'm going to speak for me. I love real journalism too. I read about world news. I read about what's going on in the world and stuff like that. I enjoy it. But I also enjoy reading about what celebrity is sleeping with who, even if it's not true. It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? People love it. You know, I love it. I think a lot of people out there love it because that's why so many gossip blogs are still around today. It sells. It makes money. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Real journalism makes money too, but so does the entertainment portion of it. So I get exactly where they're coming from with that. So my thing is, if Alexis can't get down with that, then she just needs to walk away and try to get her law license back. Because also what annoyed me with Alexis is for her to sit there and act so high and mighty. Like, not too long ago, you were sitting there trying to blackmail a judge to get a very guilty Drew out of prison. So, in my opinion, when it comes down to it, she can't stand on her little high horse with that. Um, but yeah, I just don't see it working out between her and Nina. And I do feel like Alexis was being a bit condescending towards Nina when she was like, "Oh, you need to study up on the business and stuff like that." To me, that was very condescending, and telling her how putting out a daily paper is not the same as putting out a monthly fashion magazine. I mean, obviously they're very different, but my whole thing was Alexis didn't know shit about the media business either when she got into it. She knew about law. She didn't know about running a daily paper. She knew nothing about it, and yet Sean took a big chance on her and made her editor-in-chief, and she learned. You know, same way Nina didn't know about current fashion trends and stuff when she took over Crimson, but she learned. So, you know, nobody's born knowing what they know. You know what I'm saying? What they know now. They had to learn it. Duh. So I felt like Alexis was being a little condescending, in my personal opinion. Um, I just don't see it. Them two working together, that's like oil and vinegar or oil and water. It don't mix. Um, so I don't see how that's gonna go. But anyway, moving on from that. Tracy was being such a bitch to Maxie. Like, everybody was happy for the ad campaign. You know what I'm saying? And they loved what, Maxie and Carly came up with, the ideas that they came up with and stuff for the new ad campaign. Plus, they got more ad space, which is going to bring more revenue to Deception. And yet, Tracy's angry about it because she felt like they could have got more or whatever. I'm like, Tracy, this is the deal that y'all agreed upon. Even though you didn't get your interview, so what? She made up for it with more ad space. That's making y'all more money. So what's the problem? I definitely feel like Tracy was taking her personal issues out on Maxie. And I'm glad BLQ stood up for Maxie and stuff like that. See, this is what irritates me. Is how Maxie catch so much shit from people. And yet she's a big part of the reason why these companies are still standing. Because when Lucy was running around chasing after Victor, pretending to be interested in him and then hiding out from him, it was Maxie that was at the office every day, keeping that damn thing afloat. When Nina was off in Nixon Falls pretending Sonny was Mike and stuff like that, it was Maxie back at home running Crimson. You know, she was running around running the damn magazine. So that's my thing. It's like Maxie is always the go-to person whenever the CEOs or the editor in chiefs, whenever they want to take time off and do their own thing, it's always Maxie left back at the office running the day to day. But yet she gets so much shit from them. You know what I'm saying? Can't get a raise, can't get this, can't get that. Just thrown under the bus. That's why I feel like I'm all in with BLQ's plan to take control of Deception and hand it over to Maxie, as she should. It's time for Maxie to go for hers. You know what I'm saying? And run things instead of being a subordinate all the time. I didn't feel bad for Lucy at all because Lucy wants to sit there and, you know, get on Maxie's case about, oh, you being chummy with the rat or whatever. Lucy, go sit down somewhere. I was getting so annoyed with Lucy. I'm like, I don't blame BLQ for bringing Lucy in on this plan because if I was BLQ, I would play Tracy and Lucy at the same time. I would make Lucy think that I'm getting the company back for her too. No, I would just feed her little crumbs and hand that entire damn thing over to Maxie and leave Lucy and Tracy in the dust at this point because I do feel like it's time for Maxie to rise up as a boss. I'm just saying, it's time. Tracy, in my opinion, even though she changed her mind about talking to Gregory about being his plus one at the wedding or being his date or whatever, I feel like she still should have told him that she wanted to be his date. I know she felt a certain way because she saw, that Alexis was going to be his plus one or whatever. I feel like Tracy still should have said something because Alexis and Gregory are not even a thing. They're just colleagues and friends at this point. And Tracy still should have said something. I don't want to see neither one of them try to get into a relationship with him because I feel like it's pointless. Like, the man is deteriorating at this point. He's not going to live. So why start anything romantic with him when he's not going to be around too much longer? I'm just saying. But to each his own. I was a little skeptical about Maxie and Spinelli trying their relationship again. I was a little skeptical about it, but the more and more I see, the more and more I think it could work. You know what I'm saying? Because they know each other very well. At least, Maxie knows that Spinelli's not an undercover psychopath like some of the other men that she dealt with. Like, he's a little quirky, but she know what she getting into with him. You know what I mean? So I think it could work for them, And I think Cody and Sasha need to stop playing these little games and get their little self together too. Because I'm tired of the back and forth between them, Go ahead and be a couple. Everybody just need to go ahead and admit their feelings for each other and make it work. Moving on from that, I don't know. I look at Jocelyn and Trina's friendship. I look at it very differently because I feel like every time they get together and start talking about their relationships and stuff like that, I feel like Jocelyn always wants to know all the details of what's going on between Spencer and Trina. But when it comes down to her and Dex, she's very tight-lipped about them, about the details. Because even when Trina wanted to know, like, why Dex left and stuff like that, Jocelyn was like, oh, well, I can't tell you everything or whatever. It's only so much I could tell you. See, that's what annoys me. Because it's like, what type of friendship y'all got? Like, you expect her to give you all the details about what's going on with her and how she feeling about Spencer and stuff like that, but when the shoe was on the other foot, she don't want to give up nothing. That is it's one-sided to me. And you know what? Usually I'm not a fan of her trying to go to Spinelli to get some help to find Dex, but you know what? I hope she do find him. So that way they can sail off into the damn sunset together and I don't have to look at them no more. At the end of the day, Jocelyn is going so hard over Dex, but I bet you she can't even name 5 fun facts about him. Like, she just learned about his childhood not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? After being with him for how long? You know what I mean? And you just learned some stuff about him. It's crazy. She don't know too much about this dude, but yet she going so hard for him. It's crazy to me. Anyway, moving on from that. I really hope that all these Morgan mentions that they keep dropping Morgan name. I hope at some point they do bring him back. Not no time soon. Well, I don't know. I just feel like the cast is too big right now. They need to trim the fat. But I can see Morgan coming back since they never found his body and stuff like that. I can see him coming back or whatever. Maybe they could write them back as saying somebody was holding them hostage or something, like, you know what I mean, holding them all these years. And you know, hopefully it's not one of them dumbass amnesia storylines, because we don't need no more of those. But something of that, I could see him coming back. Um, I totally get, you know, Carly's reaction to Olivia being dead and stuff like that, because it's kind of bittersweet in a way, but it's still, you know, it brings back up those old memories. Like, this is the woman that's responsible for your son's death, you know, and now she's dead. So I know that's a lot emotional to take on. And then, of course, you got to deal with Nina being up in your face. Carly is so over it with Nina at this point. Like, Carly does not want to keep doing this with her, you know. And I think the more Drew and Nina keep going back and forth with each other, the more annoyed I think Carly is going to get with Drew, because she's already getting pissed off with him. It's like she feels like Drew keeps antagonizing Nina, you know, instead of ignoring her and stuff like that. It's like, let, you know, basically I think Carly feel like let her fight by herself, basically. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep going back and forth with her. But you know, Drew not gonna listen. And I think at some point Carly gonna start to get real annoyed by it, if she's not already. At the end of the day, I'm all for like putting a gossip part of the invader. I'm all for that, but I really hope that the gossip is not just Carly and Drew. I really hope Nina got bigger plans than just using gossip to get to Carly and Drew. Because if that's the case, it's only gonna last 2 days, and that's not gonna bring in much revenue. I'm just saying. Like, she gotta come bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna do gossip, it gotta be pretty much about everybody else in that town. You can't just focus on those two, because how that's gonna sell. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna be a good selling point. I don't think people are gonna be clutching their pearls and going crazy to read about gossip every single day about two people. So I think Nina better come a little bit harder than that. So anyway, moving on from that, I don't blame Ava, you know, for not feeling a certain way about Olivia's death. Like, Olivia, you know, Ava was like, okay, she dead, fuck it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were sisters in name only and by blood. That was it. They weren't close. Ava didn't give a shit about Olivia, so I don't blame her for being glad that she gone, because I would have been too. I will say this though, that closeness, I seen how close Ava was to Sonny, and I'm just like, that was a little bit too close for comfort, if you know what I mean. Like, she was standing a little bit too close to him, like. But then when I seen it, because the thing about it is, Maura West has chemistry with just about anybody. Like, she could have chemistry with a freaking broom, you know what I'm saying, and you could see the chemistry. But Ava and Sonny being together reminds me so much of Sonny and Claudia. Just a sick, twisted relationship. You know what I mean? I don't know, because I felt a little iffy about the writers trying to put them together or something like that. But you know, looking at them today, I could kind of see it. Ava would make a hell of a mob wife, but she's somebody I wouldn't totally trust though. Like, the mere fact that she was sitting there eavesdropping on that conversation between Sonny and Miss Wu, I wouldn't totally trust her. You know what I mean? Not completely, but it was good to see Miss Wu, you know, back in action and stuff like that. I don't blame Miss Wu for wanting to end her partnership with Sonny, because I would have been pissed too. You know, she got to find out from Curtis that somebody trying to, you know, take her out and shit, and Sonny didn't try to tell her. But he claimed that, oh, I ain't get a chance to tell you. Well, you could have sent a smoke signal or a text. I'm just saying, it only takes about 5 seconds to send a text, Sonny. Come to find out, Miss Wu got a trade on her organization too. Like, somebody trying to take her out too. And, you know, she's smart though. I love Miss Wu. She about her business. She want to revive them poker games in exchange for giving up the guard that snitched on her or whatever to Sonny. That's a smart business move, because I know them poker games was making some good ass money for her, so I don't blame her for wanting to revive that shit. That's smart on her part. I don't know. I like Miss Wu, but do I trust her fully? No. I don't know. It's something about her. Like, you never know when she being honest or when she like telling half truths. You know what I'm saying? Like, were you really about to get got? You sure you're not a part of this? You know what I'm saying? But making it seem like somebody trying to get you too, you never know with her. But it is good to see Miss Wu though. But Sonny better keep an eye on that one. I'm just saying, like, you got to keep both eyes on her and some in the back of your head. And Ava sitting there eavesdropping on the conversation. I'm like, Ava, what you got planned? Because the look in her eye, she got a little gleam in her eye, like she up to something. So I don't trust little Ava, because you know Ava, she's about that action. Like Ava don't sit around wait for no dude to do nothing. Like Ava, handle business on her own. And I don't blame Ava though for collecting intel. Because she need to be in the know. Because you already know Sonny not gonna tell her every little thing. But something, I don't know. I just get the feeling something gonna go down between her and Sonny at some point. I get that feeling. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.